This season Spurs will win. Jeez, they're not even in the Champions League.
Make sure you put that on Twitter. Make sure you put that.
Forget Tottenham.
Let's
Let's not even talk about Tottenham. That's a whole nother section.
I plan on talking about Tottenham for a while.
He's injured.
For a few weeks.
He's injured all the time.
Jamie, all three of
He's
us
made
about
of glass.
injuries for a few weeks.
He's made of glass.
The night out, they're good as well.
Oh, the night's out.
Of course, he knows all about it.
A few stories at the Malmaison, Jose.
Let us know your predictions for the Premier League, Champions League, relegation title, and everything else in the comments below.
And who's a better player, me or Jose?
Who was?
It's that time again. The Premier League is around the corner. Jose Enrique, Jamie O'Hara join me to look at some predictions. Let's start right at the top. 2-horse title race. What do we think?
No, absolutely not. I think it's going to be between Manchester City and no one else.
Yeah, I agree.
Really?
No, I don't think anyone's going to get anywhere near them this season. I think they've just, off the back of a treble, Pep Guardiola is going to set standards where he's going to be like, let's go again. They've signed some big players. They've lost a couple, but I think Arsenal are going to struggle. I think Liverpool concede too many goals. Newcastle aren't quite there yet. And Man United have signed a striker who's only got 9 goals in his career. So I think the rest are going to try and get near him. But Man City, for me, are leaps and bounds over everyone else.
I would like to disagree, but I agree as well. I think probably Guardiola is going to be close soon, I think, the centre-back as well. So I think it's
Surely,
done.
though, Arsenal have signed Rice. Arsenal have made signings that improves the squad, and they were really close last season.
Yeah, but the team for me is still trying to bed in. They're still young. They're still inexperienced, some of them. Declan Rice, I think the jury's out on Declan Rice. I do. I think the jury's out. I've watched him in pre-season, and I don't think he's going to be as good as you think. West Ham is a completely different kettle of fish to Arsenal. They play quicker. They play more expansive. You've got to be sharper on the ball. Mate, he got played off the park by Caicedo last season at Brighton. So he's now gone to Arsenal. He's got to be the main man, and he's got to try and get them to lift the Premier League title. They ain't even got a striker. Jesus gets injured every week. He's out. He's not starting the season. And they've got Nketiah up front. Let me tell you now, Arsenal will not improve on last season.
And remember Manchester City last season as well. In some period, they weren't winning. That's why Arsenal was at the top. And even then, they managed to win the Premier League. So I think it's just Manchester City. 100%.
No Gundogan, no Mahrez this season.
Yeah.
Surely that's going to have an effect, no?
Did Mahrez play? Did he play?
I think between the two of them, I don't think I know this, they got 29 goal contributions in the league last year.
They got Foden.
Yeah, but now instead of Gundogan, you have Kovacevic. That obviously Gundogan is a better player. It's true, in my opinion. Then Mahrez, I believe maybe they signed someone else there. So obviously the transfer window is still going. So we don't know. And now they're going to add a centre-back that is very good. Well, I want to see him in the Premier League. But in the Bundesliga,
right?
he looks very good.
Yeah. Yeah, look, Gundogan is a loss. Gundogan's a big loss. He turned up in massive games for him.
Yeah.
That was the thing with Gundogan. You wouldn't say on the eye every game he was brilliant, like De Bruyne. But I think in the big moments when you needed to step up and they needed a goal, he delivered. And I think that's something it's hard to replace. Kovacic, I still rate him. I watched him at Chelsea. He's playing in a bad team and he's still a top player. I think Pep will get the best out of him.
The only problem with him is an injury-prone player as well. He gets injured quite often. But Gundogan, like you mentioned, Jamie, I think he was fantastic. One of the best players for me at Manchester City last year.
Completely agree. I know for a fact there's going to be people watching this going, there's a team we're not chatting about. They signed a keeper that they wanted. They signed a midfielder they wanted. They signed a striker. They didn't have a striker. How much further do United have to go before they can compete for a title? Realistically, if you spend 400 million...
Yeah.
But the reality, any of the players they sign, they are already world-class players, what they signing. Because now what we're talking about, the new striker, good player, I want to see him in a world-class team. At least the expectations of Manchester United are world-class. They want to win. Last year, obviously, they won the cup and they finished in the top 4. This year, they want to try to achieve a little bit more as well. Is he that kind of a striker it happened the same with Darwin. The comparisons last year with Haaland, and then Haaland, look what happens. You know, I'm not sure with him. I want to see him few games, but compare everyone, you know, against Manchester City with Haaland is they are another team.
Yeah, I think Man United would be better. I think Man United are going to finish second this season.
I don't agree.
Well, of course you don't agree. You're a Liverpool fan. You're not going to agree, are you? You know?
I don't agree. I think Arsenal has a better team than Manchester United, in my opinion. I think
Man United got a better manager. I think Ten Hag knows how to win trophies. You know, and he's probably his first season, wins a trophy, 2 cup finals. I think he's put a team together now who are looking more of a threat. The problem he's got Anthony. He needs to get more out of him. Jadon Sancho is just a myth. You know, I feel like he's kind of almost giving up on him. But I think they've signed a Nana, which is massive for them. He's going to be a top keeper. Harry Maguire's getting palmed off. I think Manchester United are going to surprise people at how good they could be. I think they look, it's Man United. They're one of the biggest clubs in the world, if not the biggest. They're now got a manager, in my opinion, who can bring back some glory years. I think they're going to be the closest to Man City.
Don't think so. I think it's going to be Arsenal for me. No, because I play for Liverpool or whatever.
He did a job last season.
Drop me out.
Come on, 10 games.
Who you mean, Nketiah?
He did a job.
Come on.
He did well.
Oh, he does well.
Obviously, it's not Gabriel Jesus. It's true, but he's actually the soup of Gabriel Jesus. You know,
Come on, mate.
And Gabriel Jesus, I love Gabriel Jesus.
You got Haaland.
You know? Yeah, but I think
compete with Haaland. You want to win the league.
No, that's why you don't want to win the league.
Arsenal built a Premier League trophy, which is blacked out at their training ground at London Colney. And they've got a button to press it when it goes light. Well, maybe sign a proper striker and you can press the button, because Nketiah is never going to like that trophy, ever.
Yeah, well, that I can agree with that. But for me, even then, I think Arsenal is going to finish above Manchester United. I really believe so. I love Mikel Arteta. I don't agree that he's better manager than Ten Hag. I think it's 50-50, in my opinion. I love Mikel Arteta. I think last year it's true that they didn't win the Premier League. It was a massive... But the reality, before the season started, if you ask anybody, Arsenal finishing in top 4, it was a great achievement, a massive achievement. Then they had the chance, and you can put the blame on the manager. I think the players is a very, very young team. You know, it happens to Klopp the same at Liverpool. He didn't win anything in the first few seasons. And then look, he won every single trophy possible. I love Mikel Arteta. And I think Arsenal is going to do well. But again, competing with Manchester City, I think nobody is going to compete with Manchester City.
I just wonder how much more do United have to do before we go they're 100% title contenders?
Well, they've got to compete this season. I think this is the season where they compete. They've spent the money. They brought in players that they wanted. I think they should have signed Harry Kane.
Yeah,
I think this player
with Harry Kane, it will be another story.
Yeah, I think.
So we're saying if Harry Kane, by some chance, signed for United this window,
I think they have a chance to finish second for sure, and maybe if Harry Kane still fit the whole season, they have a chance to.
Yeah. I can't believe they've not tried to go in for Kane. I don't understand it. You know, they're going to spend how much on?
I agree.
On who's this? Hoyland.
85. They're
going to spend 85 million on him,
and you cannot pay 100 for Harry Kane.
And you're going to you pay 105, 110 for Harry Kane. He gets you a Premier League title, in my opinion.
You understand the age difference, but when you are Manchester United, you don't think in the age. You think in performance straight away. When they signed Casemiro, he was 30. You know, you sign in someone that can perform straight away. So I agree with you. I don't know why they don't go for Harry Kane straight away.
Yeah. Chelsea, I'm guessing nowhere near it. But are they under the most pressure out of any team? New manager. Last season was absolutely atrocious. Yeah. They've spent money again. Chelsea fans probably think we should be achieving top 4 this season.
They have to achieve top 4.
They have to achieve. And they don't play Europe, remember this.
Yeah. City, Arsenal, United, Liverpool, Tottenham will come to.
Tottenham.
There's 5 teams in there that...
Forget Tottenham.
Let's
not even talk about Tottenham. That's a whole other section.
I plan on talking about Tottenham for a while.
No, we can talk there, but I think Tottenham is out of... If they sell Harry Kane as well... Yeah. No chance.
Yeah, we'll do well to stay up without Harry Kane. Look, Chelsea, the pressure's on them. Pochettino, I think that they have to perform. They've got a young squad, top players.
Yeah.
You know, they've got some top players. They need a striker. I think they need to get one over the line and get him in. I think Nkunku's going to be a big signing for them. I think they've got a lot of good players at the club now. I think Pochettino's been able to get rid of the deadwood players that he don't want, you know.
Yeah.
And I think they will really push for top 4. If they don't finish in the top 4, Pochettino gets a sack.
Yeah, I agree.
But is that even realistic? Considering Liverpool dropped off last season, we'll talk about Liverpool as well. And then you've got United. We're saying United, City, and Arsenal definitely in there.
They're the most successful club in the last 20 years.
But after the season they just had.
Yeah, but it's Chelsea.
Yeah, but they don't play Europe. Like he's probably Lukaku now is gonna be. Probably they even talk between money and swap with Vlahovic. You know, from Juventus, he's a top striker. I love him. I think he will make a difference. Then you have Nicolas Jackson as well. That he did really well for Villarreal. It's true, very young. You have Mudryk that is very young, and Nkunku. But at the end, it's a lot of world-class talent there. Then they need to prove that they are world-class players.
Yeah.
But the talent is there, you know, so you have the players. I really believe that they need to finish in top 4. And with Manchester United, I want to see with the new striker how he does as well, because if not, like you say, top 4 is going to be very tough for everybody this year. Apart from Manchester City and Arsenal, that I believe is the 2 guarantee. The rest is going to be, the other 2 positions is going to be tough.
In all fairness, fifth gets Champions League football next season. So, as in this season coming, because of the new rule. So, technically, if you finish 5th, you'll still get Champions League football. So now we come to Spurs.
So it's a shambles, isn't it, basically? Like, we're just taking the mick out of everyone else.
Yeah.
You know, as 5th get Champions League football.
I can't help you there, but Tottenham.
It's a joke.
Talk to me about Tottenham.
Tottenham is not going to get in the
If
top
they
5.
keep Harry Kane, if they keep Harry Kane, top 5. It's top 5 now.
If we keep Harry Kane, we got a chance.
They got a chance.
For 5th. A chance. But nothing more than that. Forget top 4. Yeah. You know, I mean, right, well, it's top 5. You know, it's Champions League football. That's what we need to get. I don't think we can do any better than getting 5th place. The other teams have just gone leaps and bounds ahead. Like Newcastle, like, you know, people are going to... Aston Villa. Like, there's so many good teams in the Premier League now. Tottenham are a million miles off it. Our pre-season's been a shambles. We played the Lion City Sailors. 1 game got called off. We had like 3 games in 30 days. We brought in Postecoglou. We don't even know what team we're playing. So it's gonna be the same old nonsense from Tottenham. I guarantee you. It will be all right. We might play a bit more free-flowing football, but we're going to rely on Harry Kane. And Harry Kane don't even want to be there. He wants to go to Bayern Munich.
And I think it's gonna go. To be honest with you, I think it will be very silly from the owner as well, not selling him now, making some money and let him go for free. If you let Harry Kane go for free, it will be a big mistake, to be honest.
You signed Maddison.
Yeah, look, Maddison for me is a really good signing. He's a player that I think is going to make a difference, a player that we needed. But, you know, there's centre-halves out there, there's strikers out there, there's wingers out there, there's goalies out there, Raya. You know, like, we're going to let Arsenal get him, and they've got Ramsdale. Like, they don't even need Raya. Like, why are Spurs not getting Raya? He's a top keeper, top 5 in the Premier League. Yeah. Distribution, brilliant, wants to play out. One of the best keepers I've seen in the Premier League for a long time. He's at Brentford. He's got a year left on his contract. Why are you not going after him? They signed some keeper that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
And I ain't seen him play, so I couldn't even tell you what he's about. I just feel like there's so many times that the club and the board let Tottenham down when there's players out there that are available that you can get over the line, and we never get it done.
And Maddison, they got him as well for the price because they got relegated, first of all. 1 year left as well.
Yeah.
And then no other big team jump for it, really. But it's a great signing, Maddison. But like you say, the goalkeeper, Ryan, 1 year left. I love him as well. I don't know what actually Arsenal is going to do with them too, to be honest with you.
I don't understand
I don't really understand it.
I don't get what they're trying to achieve. You know, like Ramsdale for me is a keeper that they brought in and has been superb. Yeah, he makes a couple of mistakes, but what keeper don't make mistakes? Yeah. But his distribution's brilliant. Shot stopping, fantastic. He's a leader.
I like him a lot.
He's a big character in the dressing room. If you bring in Raya, who is a brilliant keeper, well, who's number 1? Who's number 2? You want competition, but you always want your number 1. You know that, yeah, he's my number 1, and this one's can compete, but we always know he's going to be second.
And Raya is going to go there.
Raya wants to be number 1.
Exactly, knowing that is 2. Obviously, he will have conversation with Mikel, knowing what his role is going to be. I don't know. I think it's something strange. I got very surprised about that.
£40 million they're going to spend on Raya, right? And then they might sell someone, so they might have 70 million to spend. If they don't sign Raya, Arsenal got 70 million to spend. Why are you not going to sign a striker who's going to guarantee you 20 goals? For £70 million, you can get a striker who's going to guarantee you 20 goals.
Gabby Jesus.
He's injured.
For a few weeks.
He's injured all the time.
Jamie, all 3
He's
was
made
about
of glass.
injuries for a few weeks.
He's made of glass. He's not. He's had his knee done. Arteta done this last time. Yeah, he's out for a few weeks. He's out for 3 months. I'm telling you now, knee injury. You're not coming back in 2 weeks. He's not starting the season. He's 6 weeks out. You could lose the first 3 games of the season.
And then
Saturday, you got Forest.
And then how you come back after the injury as well, because obviously you miss a lot of weeks. It's not just 6 weeks of the injury. Then it's game time. You need few games to get into
You're an
full
Arsenal
fitness.
fan. I can tell.
Listen,
I can tell you're an Arsenal fan.
I know you're
You signed
definitely
Havertz. You signed Havertz. He's rubbish. I mean, he can't hit a barn door. You can put him on a Gaelic football field. He still wouldn't score.
To be honest, to win stuff, you need a world-class striker. That's the truth. And Arsenal, I love Gabriel Jesus. I love him, but he's too injury prone. Yeah. It's true. I think if they have the money to go and buy, you see, I have Gabriel Jesus. Well, why cannot have another one of that kind of level, and they fight between each other for the first place?
Look, it's fine.
You know what I mean?
You had a great season. You won 2nd place. Well,
I love that you're saying
getting runners up middle.
I'm 100% not an Arsenal fan.
Oh, are you? No, I'm not. You sound like one. You might as well be. You sound like an Arsenal fan.
I think you've done the Spurs thing here. We're chatting about Spurs. You've gone to Arsenal. I need to bring you back to Spurs again.
No, forget that.
Ange, are you happy? Do you think he's a good manager?
To be honest, I want to see him in the Premier League, but I'm very surprised that you want to try to get in the top 4 and go for a kind of manager like this. I think they should have gone, for example, for Pochettino again when they had the time, or someone like that. But obviously we know how the owner is. He's maybe, I don't know, with Pochettino, he didn't want him back for whatever is the reason, and it's gone for him. He can do well. We'll see, but again, it's a coin in the air. We'll see.
Look, I agree with you. It's a bit of a flip of a coin. He's done great things at Celtic. He's actually won wherever he's been as a manager. I think the pressure's off him a little bit. I don't think anyone's expecting Tottenham to be like Champions League. So there's a little bit less pressure on him, and there's a little bit of a realisation that we may be losing Harry Kane. He's coming to the end of his career at Tottenham. We've brought in players who everyone's really excited about, apart from Maddison. So I think maybe there's a little bit less pressure on Tottenham to perform. We haven't got European football, so I think he could actually do all right. Is he going to get us into the Champions League? I don't think so. But I think he's going to do well in terms of the football and the style that we're going to play. I think it's going to be more exciting than what we watched last season.
And it's no pressure for Tottenham, like you just mentioned. I think
we've had Mourinho, haven't we? We've had Mourinho, we've had Conte. Everyone, come in. Spurs are going to win this. That's it. We're going to win a trophy, and then we just fall flat on our face. I think this season everyone's like, well, let's just see what happens.
Yeah, and more if you sell Harry Kane. If they sell Harry Kane,
if we sell Harry Kane, mate, and we don't replace him, Richarlison's not the answer. I don't care what anyone says. Richarlison for me is not the answer. You can't replace.
I like
Harry
when he
Kane.
celebrated the hat tricks. When he scored goals, and the other day it was a friendly game.
Pre-season. No, he had the match ball, Joe.
He loves the goal. He loves the goal.
And signing with the teammates.
What's he doing?
Good, though. He can keep it.
Listen, he loves
He's
the goal.
not the answer. Richarlison's not the answer. You have to, if you sell Harry Kane, you have to sign a striker. I don't know who.
Well, you talk Harry Kane, one of the best strikers in the world.
Whoever you get, it's going to be a downgrade. Whoever you get after Harry Kane, right? So
but Richarlison is a big one in my opinion. You're talking someone he scored 0 goals last year, no, in the Premier League, or
one, I think.
1 goal or something like that.
He celebrated
7. 3 at Anfield.
Yeah, he took his shirt off before he nearly got suspended.
Exactly.
Only one counted.
So obviously the downgrade is big. Even if he's the number 9 for Brazil, maybe. But I don't know, even as a player, I don't like his methods on the pitch. He does strengths that is someone I don't like. I don't rate him, to be honest with you. And he's a good player, but like we're talking about trying to get in the top 4, you need someone better than Richarlison.
All right, we haven't spoken about your team yet. Or my team, actually.
Well, what is your team?
Liverpool.
Oh,
Top 4.
I knew that.
I'm sat with 2 Liverpool fans.
What's
going on here?
Listen, I could have been an Arsenal
You're
fan.
everywhere. None of you are from Liverpool.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I play for Liverpool. I have an excuse, no?
You've got an excuse.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I know him and he played for Liverpool, so... Top 4. It has to be.
They need to improve the team.
More?
More. They got many players and they sang, listen, you don't have a defensive midfield. The other day played Curtis Jones as a defensive midfield. He's not a defensive midfield. I don't think he is a starting for Liverpool. You need one there. They're talking about Lavia, 19 years of age. I like him, but he's he's very young. Then Trent as a right back has been not the best in my opinion. I don't know why. When a few years ago he was the best, probably, or one of the best. So I think they need to keep improving. It's true that if you look at the starting 11, you go, if they sign Lavia, you go, well, that's actually a pretty good team. But if they have few injuries, they don't.
Yeah, I think they will get 4th or 5th. I think it's going to be Man City. I think it's going to be Man United. I think Arsenal 3rd. And then I think Chelsea, Newcastle and Liverpool will fight out 4th and 5th. Maybe Tottenham if, we can get on a decent run. But look, for me, Liverpool, I watched them in pre-season. And Jose's right. The team that they've got, like the first 11 is brilliant. Yeah. You've got a new midfield. It's a fresh midfield. Are you going to bring in the legs back into the side, which Klopp needs? When you saw Liverpool at their best, that midfield was relentless. It was just energy all over the park. And then they kind of lost it a little bit. He's refreshed it. He's still got top players. We're forgetting he got Salah, who's one of the best players in the world. If not, he's right up there in the top 4 or 5 in the world. And he kind of goes under the radar because of Haaland and Kane last season, but he was still unreal. Nunes coming back. He's got another season under his belt. You're going to have injuries back as well. I think Liverpool could be a force, but it's the back 4. They concede too many goals. Pre-season, they've conceded so many goals in pre-season. Klopp's coming out saying, I'm not happy with, the way we're defending. Van Dijk, you're relying on Van Dijk being Van Dijk of old. And he's never going to be that player again. And you're relying on him to be that player. And he's just not. That's why Trent got exposed last season, because Van Dijk kept letting him down. And he went through a stage where he don't really want to play right back anymore. He wants to play centre mid or as a number 10.
That's the issue, I think. That's the issue. I don't think he wants to play as a right back anymore. And he saw that. I remember one of the pre-season games, he played in the middle and he played really well. Very intense, the other day, I think it was yesterday, the day before, they played against Bayern. He played as a right back, and defensively, it's like he doesn't want to play there. And I don't think Klopp see him as a midfielder. That's all Liverpool fans want to see him as a midfielder, but Klopp doesn't see him as a midfielder. So it's a big issue there that I'm not sure how Klopp is going to solve it. So it's going to be tough. If they don't improve the team, I think it's going to be another tough season.
The flip side is, though, they've got 5 or 6 strikers or forwards that all score 20 goals.
Yeah.
And so if you get 80 goals out of those guys, regardless of how many you concede, you probably win quite a few games.
Yeah, and that's why everyone loves watching Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? They're exciting to watch because you think they could win this game 5-6-0, or they could lose 6-5.
Yeah.
That is what they are. Look, you're guaranteed excitement with Liverpool. They're going to bang in goals. They've got force up front. We know that. It's just defensively. Defensively, they concede too many goals, and Van Dijk is just not the same player.
Since the injury, I agree. It's not been the same player. And now you give him the captaincy. I think he deserves it as well, but Robertson for me was up there. Alisson, but I understand he's a goalkeeper, so you want someone that.
Robertson last season, he went off the ball.
He didn't play really well last season.
Must be watching your videos.
Maybe. But to be honest with you, I think Robertson, even if he's not at his best, I like because he's still giving his best. You know what I mean? That's what I like because as a player, you can go through phases that you don't feel the same because it happens, tiredness, many games, whatever, but the fans, the manager want you to still give in your all. Van Dijk, for example, last season, I got so many times because sometimes players go through him and it's like, well, move, try, try at least, that's what at least what you demand because I understand you having a bad season, but at least try. That's why Robertson, last season, I agree with you, didn't have a good season, but you can never say that Robertson don't give his 100%. It's like Henderson, obviously he's not playing for Liverpool anymore, but he's that kind of player, always give his 100%. Can play better, worse, but that's what you want at least. And with Trent and Van Dijk, that right side of Liverpool is a mess. It's like a hole there. It's very easy for every team to exploit, and every team knows now, so they go through that side.
What I was going to say was, you just mentioned Henderson there. Henderson, Milner out, 2 leaders. Navigator's gone. Ox has gone.
Yeah.
It's an entire midfield clear out. Do you feel like they let too many players go all at once?
No.
Really?
No. Well, they needed to freshen the team, didn't they?
No, I don't. As soon as they sign the players, because you need a defensive midfield, and probably I will sign another number 8. But I think I'm asking too much to FSG. I don't think they're gonna do it. But definitely, I will sign 2 more midfields. I think they're gonna do 1. I think Lavia they're gonna get it done. But like Jamie mentioned, I think you need new legs. You need maybe Hendo could still there. Hendo is the kind of player that people always doubt, and at the end he always finishes playing.
Yeah.
That's the kind of player he is. But the rest, Fabinho, I don't know what's going on with him. He was awful last year. I don't know what was happening.
$800,000 a week, didn't he?
Yeah, and I don't know what was happening with him. And definitely, you needed that changing in midfield, that new energy, because Klopp demands a lot from his players. Even Darwin, he mentioned the other day, and Darwin is having an amazing precision, and he said, well, he needs to track back more, because if not, he's not going to play. That's the kind of intensity he demands. So I think it was good, the clearance, and listen, all the best to them players, because now they've gone there, massive contracts. I would have done the same, to be honest with you. To be honest, you cannot blame them. I think everyone is talking about it, but listen, the kind of contracts they are offering, you have to go.
Can't reject it.
You can't reject it. You have to go.
We were mentioning Liverpool signings. Who do you think's had the best window so far out of all teams? United have to get there, because are you excited to watch Højlund? Striker at United, they create a lot of chances.
Yeah, I want to see what he can. Obviously, I see him in Atalanta. I like him a lot. But like we always say, Premier League is another level. So I want to see him playing for United, number 9 of United, one of the best clubs in the world, the pressure of the fans, that how the fans are in these kind of clubs as well. If you start really well, they back you up. If you don't, the fans start to doubt you. And look, players like Sancho, that they were fantastic in Dortmund, they arrived to Manchester United. And it looks like another player. It looks like his brother is playing. It looks like a different person.
Yeah.
It's true.
The pressure, isn't it?
It's the pressure. So that's what I want to see, if he's able to handle that. Now, I like the player. Yeah. But again, they comparing him with Haaland like the same they did with Darwin last year, please. No. Haaland is another level.
He's on another level.
He's on another
planet.
Yeah. How many goals did he score in a season?
He got 36, I think.
36
last season. He got 36, broke the record, I think he'll do it again.
Yeah,
I think Haaland will break the record. I think he took his foot off the gas once he got the record and thought, you know what, I'm going to save a couple of goals in the tank and I'll get 38 next season.
Yeah. Definitely. I think he's a kind of player that the hunger. I remember Jack Grealish saying something as well, because obviously we all know Jack Grealish like a beer or two. And he said to him, like, just go rest, like very professional. And for a player of his age, be like this.
He's a machine.
It's difficult. It's very difficult. I can see the mentality. Listen, we need to see. He's still very young, but the mentality of Cristiano and Messi offered us for many, many years. That kind of mentality that football is everything to me. I'm gonna give everything, and I'm gonna, break all the records.
Yeah, I think Haaland and Mbappe have got that mentality where they're the new Ronaldo and Messi. So they've both got that mentality of they're going to be the absolute best in everything they do. And if you've got that goal and that drive to push each other, even though you're not even in the same league, they're the ones that everyone's comparing now as the 2 best players in the world. So I think they're a machine.
We haven't mentioned Newcastle. Newcastle fans are going to be sat at home going, we were in the top 4 last season. We surprised everyone. You actually said earlier that you think they'll do really well again.
Yeah, well, why not? I mean, I think they've signed some good players. I think that Isak, who was out for a long time last season, he's a star, a real world-class star player. And I think if he stays fit, he can be a massive difference to them. And, Eddie Howe's done a brilliant job. And I think they're only going to improve. Newcastle, with the owners that they've got now, they're not just going to be like, oh, let's just stagnate and that was a great season, it's not going to happen. No, that's not the case. Newcastle now want to get to the point where they're going to be Premier League winners. So I think they're going to improve again. The problem they've got is I think everyone else is improving, so it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be, can they get top 4? Can they win maybe an FA Cup? Can they go further, do Champions League? What can they do? I don't think we're going to see a Newcastle that's going to drop off the gas. No way.
I hope not either. But it's true that this season they have more pressure, because last year no one expected Newcastle even to finish in top 6 maybe. But it's true that this year they have the pressure. In the Champions League, they don't have any pressure, because as far they can go.
But they'll love being in the Champions League. Like if they get Madrid away in a group stage game, or Madrid at home.
Imagine what St James's Park.
And St James's Park, I'm telling you, I play as a home, as an away. As a home, it's fantastic. But as an away, it's a nightmare to play there, because they're really intense. It's one of the best fans.
Did you struggle there, did you? I was always got MOM, to be honest.
What do you mean?
At Newcastle, St James's.
Yeah.
It's a breeze play.
Someone get Googling.
Scored against Yoja, I think. No, I mean, it's a fortress, right? They've turned it into a fortress.
It is.
And if there's one game that I'm going to watch in the Champions League next season, is Newcastle's first match.
Yeah.
Because,
100%.
especially at home, it's going to be unbelievable. And, the fans up there are incredible.
Yeah.
It's a huge football club. And
You
know,
like
they're
the night out, they're good as well.
Oh, the nights out.
Of course, he knows all about it.
A few stories at the Malmaison, Jose.
They're
Before
really nice,
and
yeah.
after matches.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, he's going to be. They're a massive club. I'm excited to see what they do.
I think.
Does he come under pressure, Eddie Howe, though?
I think now is pressure for him. I think now is like, okay, you finish top 4. You play, like I was saying, I think Champions League, if they don't go any further than the group, that I think they can do. But if they don't, maybe they don't have too much pressure on that. But in the Premier League, definitely now the target has to be top 5, obviously, in this case. That's now the target. Last season it wasn't. So now it's pressure on the players. Now they know they need to try to finish in the top 5.
Yeah.
If not, it's going to be pressure. I love Eddie Howe. I think he's the perfect manager for Newcastle. But it's a different season now because now it's going to be pressure in the team.
Yeah.
I wonder if there comes a point where they go, let's say they're 9th in the league, and they're like, we need to squeeze up on top 4. I wonder if the board goes, he's got to go. Because there might be someone else available. Because they're desperate.
100%.
If they're 9th in the table and they're struggling to get top 4, Eddie Howe's going to get the sack.
Yeah.
These guys mean business. They want to win the Premier League title. 9th is not going to be acceptable for them.
Yeah.
They're spending a lot of money. They've got some top players. 9th, this is not Newcastle of old.
Yeah.
You know, where 9th is acceptable.
Yeah.
They want to win the Premier League title. So there's going to be managers out there where they've got the money to pay them 40, 50 million pound a year. They will be able to attract a top manager. And if Eddie Howe ain't doing the business, he'll go.
Yeah.
Right.
It's true. It's true. But it's true as well that if they're in the 7th position, maybe in January, something like that, I'm not sure if that's what you were asking. In January, they will go and spend. If they need someone else, they will go and get him. You know, I think they one of the big challenges to finish in the top 5. And if not, like Jamie mentioned, he's going to get the sack. He's going to have to finish in top 4, or at least very, very close. But I think he has to finish in the top 4.
Right, let's get your top 5 predictions then. 5 places for the Champions League.
Man City, I think just no one can compete with them. And
Agreed.
then I'm going to say Man United.
Don't agree.
And then I'm going to say Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea.
I like the sound of it a little bit. I don't agree with, I think, Manchester City. Then Arsenal, I think, is going to be 2nd. 3rd, I'm going to go for Liverpool. And 4th, I'm going to go for Chelsea. I think Manchester United is going to be out of the...
Man United, we're going to finish...
Manchester United is going to be 5th.
They're going to be 5th. So we've just picked up Eddie Howe and Newcastle, not one of us.
Yeah, just bin them off.
I think Newcastle is going to finish 6th. I think, I don't know, I think it's going to...
Newcastle 6th, Aston Villa 7th, Tottenham 8th.
Tottenham 8 was starting from the bottom.
We can't compete.
Can't compete. I agree.
I completely disagree with both of those, but you guys let us know.
Well, what do you think?
Well, I think it'll be Arsenal, City...
What?
Arsenal
win the league?
Okay, stop now.
Now we know why you're presenting.
Stop.
Listen, get his clown out there. What's he know?
Get in the comments. Let us know who's winning the league.
No, but
who's
say.
finishing
It would be good.
I fully believe Arsenal win the league.
Okay,
They've
2nd.
improved their squad. 2nd is City. 3rd, United. 4th, Liverpool. 5th, Chelsea.
Jose. Sort your mate out.
Listen, we'll have a chat in 9 months' time. We'll sit right here
Right.
and we'll find out what happens. Let us know in the comments what you think will happen. We've got Man City down to win the league, or 2 of us have. 2 of you have, should I say. Do you reckon they'll retain the Champions League, go back to back?
I think it's a big possibility. I think they've done it once already. Yeah. I think it can happen again. I think they took the first one out of the way. I hope they don't, to be honest with you. I hope they don't. But I think they are one of the big contenders. You know, before you could say they were a contenders, but always in the semi-final, you know, quarter-final, they used to, you know, get nervous and mess it up. Now that they got it, now they're going to be very, very confident and try to get it done again.
Yeah, I just look at Europe and I just think who can compete with them. Barcelona, maybe. Real Madrid. I don't think they're the team that can worry anyone. I think it's an age group. I know they're trying to make it younger with the players they're bringing in. You've got Liverpool, who are, you know, Champions League specialists. They are a team that if they get to the latter stages of the competition and with the crowd behind them and they get a decent draw, they could potentially be involved in it. But I just don't see how anyone can...
Just saying that Liverpool doesn't play Champions League.
I know.
Yeah,
I just realised.
I
just realised that Liverpool are not even in the Champions League. They're in Europa. I'm so used to thinking that Liverpool.
I was going to keep going.
I know, Liverpool not even in it. Keep digging. Jeez, they're not even in the Champions League.
Make sure you put that on Twitter. Make sure you put that on Twitter.
I mean, Liverpool were a team that I would say could, but they're not even there.
Madrid with Jude Bellingham, that'll make a massive difference. Jude, Camavinga, Tchouaméni in that midfield. That is probably the best midfield in the world.
No, it's
Midfield
not.
three.
Get out of here.
Who's your midfield three?
Drop me out. Best midfield three. Jude Bellingham. Come on, mate. They're 21 years of age.
So who is your best?
Who's your best midfield three? Because Jose agrees with me here.
No, I'm not sure if I agree.
Is Luka Modric still at Real Madrid?
Yeah, still.
Right, so why is he not in your midfield? Because he's still one of the best midfielders in the world.
Well,
And Toni Kroos is still there as well.
And Toni Kroos.
well, we'll switch one of them out. They have the best 5 midfielders in the world.
No, 5 midfields. I don't think so. No, I don't agree there.
No,
I think if Modric, Toni Kroos, and you're talking about, I don't know, because Toni Kroos sometimes can play as a number 6 if they have the control of the game, and you put their Bellingham and everything. Yeah, you can talk about one of the best midfields in the world, maybe the best, but to say the best is very difficult to say.
If Real Madrid get Mbappe, then they can win the Champions League.
Yeah. And I think they're going to get him.
And I think they will get him. I think there will be a deal in place at the end of the window, which everyone will agree on, where PSG get some money, Real Madrid get a decent fee, agreed. I think he wants to sign for Real Madrid. If he goes to Real Madrid, that's the only team that compete with Man City.
Barcelona. And I think Barcelona probably, they have a chance because they say maybe they sign Cancelo now as well. It's true that Dembele is going to be a big miss as well because Dembele is very, like we said before, like a coin in the air because he has all the qualities in the world, but you don't know what to expect from him. Depends on the game. But he's that kind of player that can change the game at any minute. But if you sign Cancelo, that definitely they need a right back. I think Barcelona and Real Madrid are up there. But still, if you ask me, I think still Manchester City is still the better side. Yeah. But it's true that in a Champions League game, 2 legs, anything can happen. And then if they play the final in one game, even more. So
they had a decent draw, didn't they, last season? Really, to get Inter Milan in the final.
Yeah,
it was just written in the stars. It was a perfect. It was the perfect opportunity for them. They got through a couple of tough games.
Yeah,
but it was their moment. It was their time.
No, and in the final they killed them. They were the much better side. It was unbelievable how they played. Unbelievable.
We've mentioned the Champions League, Man City. There's Villa and there's Brighton as well in Europe.
Yeah.
How well do we think they're going to get on?
Well, in obviously Brighton play Europa League. I think there is Liverpool as well. I think Liverpool has to be there.
They got to win it.
They have to win it. Yes or yes.
Are they going to be bothered by it though? They want to get.
They have to be bothered by it.
Yeah.
Because it's another way of getting the Champions League as
well.
well.
Yeah, you're not guaranteed Champions League.
You know what I mean? And it's a trophy. And a trophy is always a trophy. We always say how difficult it is to win a trophy. Doesn't matter which trophy it is, even if it's a cup. And then in the Conference League, I think Aston Villa is the favourite. Aston Villa has to win it. And obviously Emery is a specialist in the Europa League, but Conference League that is even lower and they have an amazing team. They should go. If West Ham is being able to do with a lot worse team than Aston Villa, I think Aston Villa should be able to do it.
Yeah.
West Ham, they're in Europa this year. Do you reckon they can do what they did last season?
No.
I agree. I don't think they're going to do well.
No. They've lost Declan Rice. They've lost their talisman. I think they're going to be okay in the Premier League. I think they'll stay up. I don't think they're going to be able to do what they've done. I think that moment's gone and past. They've won a major honour. Fair play to them. But I think we're going to go back to a bang average West Ham team.
All right, let us know your predictions for the Premier League, Champions League, relegation title and everything else in the comments below.
And who's a better player, me or Jose?
Who was?
Can Man City win the treble again?
No. I think it's a one-off. It can't be done. It's not something that happens every season. So, no, I can't see it. They get knocked out. I think they'll win the Premier League and I think they'll be in the final of the Champions League.
You're talking about this season or in
this season?
This season, no. Just I do it again. It was incredible already last year. Doing it again, it will be crazy now.
Harry Kane's club at the end of the transfer window.
Oh God.
Bayern Munich. I think he's going there.
It hurts.
It hurts, but
that's
where he's going.
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
I'm not hearing anything from you.
And I'm glad it hurts.
Spurs.
This season, Spurs will win.
It will nothing.
Player of the season will be
Haaland.
I mean, it's just so easy to say Haaland. I'm going to say...
Give me something with flavour. A bit of flavour.
I'm going to say...
Salah.
I was going to say Salah.
Haaland, Salah, take them 2 away.
All right, take Haaland and Salah away. Harry Kane's going to be at Bayern Munich, so
Nketiah.
it ain't going to be Nketiah. It ain't going to be Nketiah. Maddison.
No chance, no chance.
Get out of here.
Kevin De Bruyne.
It's the same every season.
Yeah.
Golden Boot winner.
Haaland.
Take Haaland away. Second top scorer.
Salah.
Salah.
Take Salah away. Third top scorer.
I'm gonna go for
Nketiah.
Oof. That's a difficult one, eh?
Ollie Watkins.
Interesting shout.
Good player. I like him a lot.
They're going to be good, mate.
I think it's gonna be Jota. I'm gonna go for Jota.
What planet are you living on? Don't even play.
He's gonna be a starting number 9 before Gakpo.
Well, let's find out. The player I'm most excited about seeing this season is...
Madison.
You're going to lock in Madison for every answer.
Well, is that a proper club, isn't he?
Yeah, obviously his club, so it's normal he goes for someone. It's just Madison to choose from.
Yeah.
You know, it's the only one I can choose from.
I know.
I would say McAllister. I think I want to see him the role of another number 8, but a kind of Coutinho, that magician touch again in Liverpool. It would be nice to see McAllister.
Surprise team?
Luton.
You think so?
Nah. He's one, yep.
Mate,
Surprising.
I think they're going to be all right. Trust me, I think they'll stay up. I think Luton are going to stay up.
Well, it's gone.
Surprising, but what you mean surprising? What they did last season, it will be Chelsea because I think they're gonna do much better.
I think they'll stay up. I don't think they're going to be amazing. I think they'll stay up.
All right.
Surprise team, Aston Villa.
Better than last season.
Better than last season.
Oof, better than last season is
It's Champions League.
the Champions League,
I think they're going to be
Europa
close.
League, Champions League.
I think they'll be close to it.
I think it's gonna be Chelsea. It has to be Chelsea because they were so poor last year. They're gonna improve a lot, or at least they have to.
Best summer signing so far? Madison.
Madison. Declan Rice.
I think it's Declan Rice as well. Declan Rice. Tonali is very good as well, but I want to see him in the Premier League. But Tonali,
Yeah, I don't know much about him, but a lot of people talking how excited they are about him.
very good.
Top
Very
right.
good. Very good.
Top 4.
Man City, Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea.
Manchester City, Arsenal, top 4 or top 5?
Top 5, actually.
Top 5. Can you say it again? Top 5?
I said top 5.
You said top 5?
Yeah.
Okay, it will be Manchester City, Arsenal, Liverpool. I said Newcastle before or was? No, I didn't say Newcastle. I said
You're
Chelsea.
changing.
Not
You're
yet.
changing.
No,
You're
not yet.
changing.
Sorry. Liverpool third.
Quick fire.
Manchester City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester United.
Bottom 3.
Wow.
Oh, mate.
Luton. I think Luton is gonna do it.
I'll say yours and then I'll say mine.
He's going to copy 2 and just swap Luton out.
Yeah, probably wanna copy each other.
Wolves, Bournemouth, Sheffield United.
I think Sheffield United, Bournemouth, and Luton.
All right. Champions League.
Would you say no?
Man City.
Who's gonna win it? You
Yeah.
mean?
Man City.
I think Real Madrid because they're gonna sign Mbappe.